Hello, broadcasters. Welcome to episode 237 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall. My name's Geige, and I'm here with Dan, of course. Dan, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Doing well. It's been a good week. We have some fun announcements for tonight, along with a special guest. So, should be a good show for all of you. And for anyone new here, Dan and I are the founders of StreamYard. We do these town halls every single Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific, and we do them for a few reasons. One is to stay in tune with all of you, go through the same flow that you all do with your own shows and productions. Two is to answer any of your questions. That's why we're calling it Ask StreamYard. So if there's anything you'd like us to touch on tonight, feel free to leave it in the chat. We'll do our best to get to as many as we possibly can. And three, I always mention the three pillars of StreamYard, which are ease of use, stability, and professional stream. So if you're about those three things, StreamYard is the tool for you. I see people tuning in from all over the world tonight. I think I saw Japan for maybe the first time in a while. Cool to see. We have David in Australia. Nice to have you here. Before I forget, we have lots of awesome shows on StreamYard. We have YouTube channel reviews with Dee and Daniel the second Saturday of every month. Really great show if you're looking to grow on YouTube. Dee and Daniel are both pros when it comes to everything video and everything YouTube, and they give really specific feedback on specific channels and ideas on how you can think about your audience and your niche and analytics. It's a really great show. And then we have Enhance Your live streams the last Tuesday of the month with Nick Niman, who again is a pro when it comes to all things videos. So definitely check that one out for your specific live streaming questions. And then one thing we've been doing at the start of these so that we get to know a little bit more about you and you get to know a little bit more about us is a fun fact. And the fun fact we had for tonight was, do you have a favorite Summer Olympic athlete? What about you, Dan?
So I've always been a bigger fan of the Winter Olympics. Maybe that's just growing up on Canada. I feel like everyone's a bigger fan of the Winter Olympics. But favorite Summer Olympic athlete, actually, at least right now, there's a Canadian sprinter, Andre DeGrasse is his name, who's very, very good. And I just like watching sprinting. It's the only summer event I actually ever really watch. The 100-meter sprint, 4x100-meter relay race, and he's a very strong Canadian sprinter, so cool to watch. How about you?
Awesome. Yeah, I definitely am usually more tuned in for the Winter Olympics, and I don't know if I necessarily have a specific favorite one, but maybe the most memorable one for me was probably when Michael Phelps won those insane number of medals during the swimming events for the Summer Olympics. Was pretty cool.
Cool.
All right, before we get to announcement, we already have quite a few questions, so let's get to some of those and then get into the announcements for tonight. So some of the questions, legal-minded friends, Karen says, look forward to this. I just uploaded my first premiere thanks to Julie sending me instructions. Amazing. And I want to learn everything I can about StreamYard so I can do a live with confidence. So it's great to have you here, Karen. Congrats on doing your first premiere. That's awesome. And Mel says, with the StreamYard random picker giveaway tool, will it pick up the co-host chat as well when you use the guest destination feature? That's a good question. Dan, how does that work?
It will. So assuming I'm understanding the question correctly, so let's say you have a guest and they're streaming to their own YouTube channel as well, or Facebook page, for example, then their comments will show up in the chat as well, and you can just click them to show them on the screen.
Awesome. Let's see what else we had here. Marissa says, how many years have you been doing the Sunday lives? It's been a super long time now. I think probably, Dan, about 4?
Yeah, we're episode 237, so 4.5 years.
Cool.
I guess that would be.
Marianne says, I have the touch-up appearance feature, but at the moment it's a bit too touched up. Can we have a control for the intensity of it? So that's super useful feedback, Marianne. We're definitely going to continue to adjust it. We're definitely open to adding a control for the intensity. We do want to make sure the default is as good as possible, though. So feedback like that is super useful, but we likely will give more controls as well if the consensus seems to be lots of people asking for less intense or more intense.
Yeah, and for anyone else that has used it, and I'm especially curious for anyone who wants to use it, not just someone who was kind of playing around with it for fun, but if you genuinely want to use this feature and you tried it out, curious if anyone else has feedback, whether it was either too intense or maybe in some cases not intense enough. And that'll help us determine whether we should adjust it, whether we should have a setting.
Cool. Freedom Patriot Network says, will StreamYard offer a raise hand while I don't appear on screen while doing interviews like Zoom? So I'd be curious Freedom Patriot, is it just like when you're doing basically a live stream with a panel and you want basically folks that aren't part of it to be able to say like, hey, I've got something to say and I'd like to join? Is that the main use case, or is there other types? It's definitely something we're open to. It hasn't been asked for all that much. The other ones that have been coming up more now that we've launched on air is the ability to do things like Q&A and polls. So there are some features like that we're thinking about adding, and we are open to it.
Yeah, one thing as well, I don't know if this would work for you, but I have seen people do it, and obviously it's kind of where StreamYard and Zoom are different products and have different purposes. But I've seen people, put someone backstage or a bunch of people backstage, and they're doing some kind of panel show, and the people backstage who have something to say are literally putting their hand up in the backstage section, and the host can see them, and then is then adding them to the screen. So depending on your use case, that could potentially work as well.
Yeah, it's a good suggestion. Matt says, any additional stuff for the free version? Yes, so the announcement tonight is for all versions of the product.
Yep.
I guess on that note, why don't we just get into some of these now, and then we'll get back to some of the questions. So the announcement we had for tonight, which we're definitely excited about, it's been coming up a lot, especially recently, is the ability to feature YouTube member milestone chats. So for folks that are using StreamYard that have things like super chats enabled, you probably already know that super chats come directly into StreamYard and you can feature them on screen. But one thing that we in the past had not supported was the ability to feature YouTube member milestone chats, which basically just means if someone's a member, each month they have the ability to basically prompt the host and say like, hey, I've been a member for X months or X years. And the host can see that and choose to like feature it on screen. Anything to add to that one, Dan?
I don't think so. It's very similar. If anyone has received super chats before, or the message that just says somebody became a member, it's very similar to that. It's just this person, once they're a member, they can then send a special chat message every month, which I think is really cool to kind of give those people a shout out, right? Similar to somebody leaves you a super chat, you really want to make sure to kind of call those ones out. So yeah, cool new feature to have. Awesome.
So yeah, hopefully you guys are excited. If you have any questions about it, definitely let us know, or other features you'd like to see as part of it. Let us know. It sounds like Chantel is excited. I think Chantel, you were the one that had asked quite a few times, so really excited to launch it. Let us know, assuming it was you, let us know how it goes. Cool. Let's see what else we had here. I guess there was one other announcement. Let's get to that one as well. That was for the editor. So now in the StreamYard editor, when you're editing videos in post, you will be able to see the audio waveform. So relatively small change, but basically it just makes it easy to see like where there were periods of silence or something very loud happened. Essentially, every editor you've probably ever interacted with has a version of an audio waveform. We just hadn't added it yet. So now that is now available. Anything else to note with that one, Dan?
Just basically like a small quality of life improvement. Like you said, it's really good for if you wanted to check, hey, when did we start? Like you're zooming in, trying to find something. Like, when did we actually start talking here? Just makes it a little bit faster to find. So really convenient if you are trying to trim something.
Cool. Let's see what else we had here. There was a question about the milestone chats from Chantel. Says, will the milestone chats be auto-starred like super chats? That's a good question.
I believe so. Yeah.
Cool. All right. And then just a reminder on the editor as well. A couple of weeks ago, we launched YouTube posting. So we're going to continue making the editor better and better. So if there's anything else you'd like to see with the editor in the future, definitely let us know, because it's something that we want to make. We just want to make it really easy where whenever you do a live stream or a recording, that from StreamYard, you can make that content go much further, right? So you can take that live stream and turn it into a bunch of other awesome pieces of content with a simple editor. But yeah, the YouTube posting feature basically just allows you to say you did a long recording or a long live stream. You can now take a segment of that video up to 20 minutes and post that directly to YouTube.
Yep. Yeah, very handy. We've always, well, not always, but for a while now, we've had the ability to post YouTube shorts, but this is actually a long form video. So if you want to take a 10-minute video, for example, clip that and then post that directly to YouTube without having to download it and re-upload it. Yeah, super handy, much easier than before.
Cool. I see a couple of questions regarding who the features are available for. So everything we've mentioned so far is available on all plans, right, Dan?
Yep.
All right. Let's see what else we had here. The other one, in case you missed it last week, was the private chat update for links. So it used to be where if you shared a link in the private chat on StreamYard, if you didn't include like the HTTP or HTTPS, it wouldn't automatically link out, but now it automatically detects links. So again, just a small quality of life improvement if someone's quickly trying to share a link, so you can automatically click it.
Yep.
And then the other two that we already announced that should now be available to everybody, and it's already, one of them has already come up tonight, are the new AI features. So one of those is background noise removal. So in case you missed the announcement from a couple weeks ago, there's now an option in your settings to toggle on the ability to remove background noise, which can be really nice if, say, you have a guest that's in a non-ideal location, maybe like an airport, or they have a loud air conditioner or something like that. The whole idea of this feature is to remove those distracting background noises.
Yep. And yeah, like Geige just mentioned, you can turn on for yourself if you have a lot of background noise, like if you're in an airport or somewhere where there's a lot of noise, but you can also turn it on for your guest. So down at the bottom, you just click the 3 dots for a guest. There's all kinds of mic controls. Basically, you can change any of their mic controls. Yeah, the newest one is actually turning on background noise removal, which I think is especially useful if you have a guest on mobile or something, and instead of having to explain to them, hey, go into your settings, turn on this feature, you can just very quickly do it for them. And we may eventually turn it on automatically in very specific situations. We want to be careful because for a lot of you, if you have a really nice mic setup or something, you shouldn't turn the feature on.
Absolutely. And then the final one was the touch-up appearance filter, which we already chatted about a bit. So basically, this is an AI feature where if you basically just want to sort of soften your features, or basically maybe make it look like you've put on some makeup or something when you don't actually want to put on makeup, that's what that feature is for. Anything else to add to that one, Dan?
No, I don't think so, other than please give us feedback like we mentioned earlier. So if you have tried it, and if you are the type of person that wants to use this feature, let us know if you find it's too intense, not intense enough, because that'll help us determine if we need to add a setting so that you can control it, or just if we should adjust it a bit.
All right. And Ross says, has the touch-up rolled out to everybody? Yes, everybody should have access to the touch-up now. And again, it's on all plans. Everybody should have access to that.
Yep.
Let's see here. So I see we've got tons of questions here. So I'll get to as many as we can. I want to make sure there's also time for our special guest for tonight. So let's get through some of these. Ben says, still want to know when you are going to include TikTok as a broadcast platform. So we do integrate with TikTok as a repurposing platform, and we would love to support it as a live stream destination as well. They're still don't have a fully open live streaming API yet, but as soon as they do, it is definitely a platform we want to support.
Yep.
Marianne says, when you edit for shorts and reels, will we have the ability to zoom in to fit the vertical space? Do you want to take that one, Dan?
Yeah. So I want to make sure I'm understanding it first, but I imagine you mean kind of cropping instead of padding as we do now. So right now, we don't let's say you're on screen by yourself. Right now, you can basically pad the top and bottom with a blur effect, but I assume you mean can we actually crop this specific part? I'm not sure when that will come, but that is something on our mind. So it will come. I just don't think it's going to be in the next week or anything like that, but sometime hopefully, later this year kind of thing. And let me know if I'm misunderstanding the question.
Awesome, Beauty Bubble. Glad that the background noise is working well for you. Happy to hear that. Vay says, I tried using the touch-up filter, but it wasn't able to load. So one thing that could be, Vay, is it does sometimes require some of the graphical aspects of your computer. So if most computers, even if they don't have a dedicated GPU, they do have onboard graphics on the chip itself. But if you have a really old computer, it might not fully support touch-up. You should be prompted to basically through some instructions that basically say how to walk through on Chrome and check if you do actually have those things and you just need to toggle it on. But if you're having trouble, support would be the best place to go. They can walk you through that if you go to StreamYard.com/contact.
Yeah, it is also basically downloading an AI model to your computer to run that, which can take, depending on how fast your internet is, it should be pretty quick. But if your internet's slower, it might actually just take a little while. I wouldn't expect it to take more than 10, 20 seconds, absolute max though.
All right, let's do one more here and then bring on our guest. Another question from Zay. Vay says, is there a way to edit your live streams? Yes, every live stream you can edit in after the fact. So if you just go to your videos section, it will appear there after the stream's over, and you can edit it as much as you like with all those new editor features that we mentioned.
There's actually one here.
RB says, I'm a YouTuber. I have streamed tomorrow, but my computer is no good. I need to share my screen, but how do I do it? Share a screen of my phone. You want to take that one, Dan?
Yeah. So this is something we talk about pretty often on here. So you can't, I guess it depends what you're actually trying to do. But if you want to be on your phone, we don't have that right now. So if you want to be on your phone streaming and screen share your phone while you're on it, that's not something we support. But if you have your computer and want to screen share your phone, that is possible. It depends what type of computer you have. But like, for example, on a Mac, there's different programs that can do it. But like one is called Reflector. I think it's 4 is the name of it now. And you basically just install this thing and then you can connect it to your phone pretty easily. And you can actually see what's on your phone screen on your computer. And then you can just screen share that. And a lot of people will use that for if you're doing some kind of walkthrough, for example, like you're on a website on your phone. You want to just screen share that works really well. And there's similar tools for Windows.
All right, awesome. So I see lots of other questions here. We'll get to more towards the end, but I want to make sure we have some time for our special guest tonight. We have Eddie on from the support team. Awesome to have you here. Eddie, how are you doing?
Hey, good guys. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. Thanks for joining, Eddie.
Of course, so, always a pleasure seeing you guys.
Cool, likewise. So for anyone who's never seen this segment of the Town Hall Show, we've been bringing on team members from StreamYard just so you can get a chance to meet not just Geige and I, but the rest of the people behind the StreamYard. So today we've got Eddie from our customer support team. So I'll ask Eddie some questions so you get a chance to know him. And then also if you have questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. Cool, Eddie, first question for you. Can you just tell us a bit about yourself and what you do at StreamYard?
Well, I'm a support rep. So if you're in the studio and you see the little having issues button, you click on that and then choose the live chat option. And if you're on at 6 p.m. Eastern time, chances are you're going to get me. And I just help troubleshoot your issues and get your stream running.
Cool. And where are you located, Eddie?
I'm in Long Island, New York, just off the city.
Cool. And how long have you been at StreamYard now?
Well, I started in March 2021. So that's 2 years and, 4 months?
Yeah.
It's a good amount of time.
Yeah, that is a good amount. And do you have a favorite StreamYard feature?
Yeah, I like the custom layout feature.
Okay.
Because that wasn't a thing when I came originally, when I first started. And I didn't think like it was possible to do that and not have it be so like complicated on screen. But the product team was able to do a good job, and it's really easy to set up. So I'm happy how that turned out, for sure.
Cool. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that feature as well. What did you want to be when you were younger, Eddie?
Believe it or not, I actually wanted to be a chef when I was younger. Only because my dad is one, and so I kind of just wanted to mimic him. But it was not for me.
That's fair. And then how did you end up getting into customer support?
Well, I lost my job due to COVID. So then I worked with my dad for about a year. And then there's another support rep. His name is Evan. I'm sure viewers have spoken to him before as well.
Yep.
And he worked here, and he told me about it. And he knows that I'm into all this tech stuff, so he recommended me. And then I spoke to you, Geige, and then now here I am.
Cool, awesome. And what is your favorite thing about working at StreamYard?
Well, being remote is really nice because I like to do a lot of traveling and have family all over the States. So they accommodate for me to have my own little area anytime I leave or go visit, so I'd be able to work. And that's very nice.
Cool, perfect. And then how would you answer our fun fact question? So favorite summer Olympic athlete?
I'm going to give a whole group. This might be cheating a bit because they only did one Olympics, but I'm going to say the dream team for basketball from 1992. I wasn't alive at that time, but I heard that watching them play was amazing.
Cool, that's awesome. I think that counts. I think that's fair. Sweet. And then do you have a favorite karaoke song?
I like the Hallelujah song, but like specifically the one from Shrek.
Okay. Cool. And then do you have a favorite board game?
Monopoly. It's the classic. Can't do better than Monopoly.
It's definitely never been my favorite, but I find on here, maybe 30% of people answer that, and
It's the best.
yeah, it's definitely a love-hate thing. Some people love it, some can't stand it.
Oh, I love it.
Cool. Cool, and yeah, if anyone in the chat has questions, ready? Feel free
Yeah,
to
we had one from Charlie was wondering, Eddie, what is your favorite thing to do in your free time, and do you have any brothers and sisters?
Oh, I'm one of 7, so a lot of brothers and sisters.
Cool.
Free time, I like going out and just playing soccer with them. Some of them are younger, some of them are older, but we have enough. There's enough of us where we can make like a full-on team, and have a goalie.
That's cool.
Cool. Stand-up guy says, sees you all the time in chat, and Eddie's awesome on the chat. Fantastic.
Appreciate you, stand-up guy.
Cool.
Packer Dude says, Eddie, my man, what is the most difficult technical challenge you've had to solve in the chat?
Oh, Packer Dude, that's my guy. Probably, there's a lot of times where you can have like a Chrome extension running, like ad blockers, uBlock, stuff like that can actually interfere with being able to connect to our servers. And sometimes it's difficult to find out which extension can actually be causing it. But usually once you figure it out and you disable it or whitelist StreamYard, it usually fixes any connection issues.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a good one. Extensions can definitely be a pain, especially when there's like someone has an insane amount of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's get to some more questions here, and then at the end we'll make sure there's time for the giveaway. Let's see what else we had. Rebel Ant says, can you make the video editor keep playhead in place when you drag the start or end to change the duration of the clip? I'll have to double check the editor to fully understand, Rebel, but maybe Dan, you understand the question?
I'll play with it after, yeah, to see. I have a sense of what you're talking about, but I don't know if I've had that pain point myself, so I'll play around with it after. And so will the team, and just see if we can reproduce what you're talking about.
Yeah, thanks for the feedback, and yeah, we'll get back to you on that one, Rebel. Radio says, I would like to use native Safari on my Mac. Will Safari ever be a supported browser? Yeah, Radio Gunk. I definitely would say it's possible that it becomes a supported browser. The only reason we haven't historically supported it is generally Safari is, at least when it comes to some of the video features of browsers, sometimes a little bit behind the other browsers. So to make sure that people always have a good experience and are able to access all of our features, we often direct people to use one of the other browsers. But it's possible that in the future that we might support it, especially if it does start to add more of the functionality that we need when it comes to video.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it is noticeably worse.
Let's see. MI says, can you put the mute notification while live at the bottom, like how you had the Nick bubble? Do you understand that?
If you can explain what you mean by the Nick bubble, that might help. And just to confirm, by the mute notifications, you mean when you're talking and you have your mic on mute and we pop the message that says your mic is muted or whatever it is. You want that at the bottom near your mic? Let me know if I'm understanding correctly.
Cool. Yeah, if you could let us know. Tangled Stitch says, I used the noise removal tool last week and it works great. Couldn't even hear the keystrokes. Thanks, StreamYard. Awesome, Tangled Stitch. Super happy to hear that.
Cool. Yeah, it's great. That's honestly a great use because I probably could have demoed it myself doing that, but my keyboard is so loud that I don't know if you can block out this noise.
Yeah, the mechanical keyboards can be a bit loud. News website says, when will it be possible to load up an MOV file in the overlay section? It can help me with loading multiple advertisement ads. So I'd assume maybe one reason you're interested in MOVs is for the alpha ability of those types of formats. So I don't have a specific date for you, news website, but it's definitely something, especially when it comes to like supporting the alpha channel of those types of formats that we'd like to support in the future. All right, I want to make sure we don't run out of time. So should we go ahead and queue up the giveaway, Dan? Will we do some more questions?
On it.
All right, so I think many of you are already familiar, but if you're not, we always do a giveaway at the end of these town halls. And tonight we'll give away a StreamYard pillow and a StreamYard duck. And to be eligible, all you have to do is type in hashtag the yard. And if you're ever keen on doing one of these giveaways in your own live streams, we actually made this tool publicly available. If you just go to StreamYard.com/giveaway, you can actually access it for yourself and do it just how we're doing. You can share your screen. You can even use your own phrase, whatever you like to do the giveaway. So we'll give you maybe 10 or 15 seconds or so to get in your hashtag the yards. Anna says the noise remover is great. My husband chooses to do the dishes while I'm live. So yeah, it sounds like it would be helpful for that. Great to see that.
It's pretty funny.
RLCC says, can we separate the video screen into a separate window? So we don't have any feature for that right now, RLCC. We've definitely had lots of requests for things like the ability to pop out certain elements of StreamYard, like being able to pop out the chat or maybe the brand or banner section, so you can see more than one thing at a time. So it's something we're open to. It's always useful to know the use case. So if you don't mind sharing, if we don't get to it, we can go back and check the chat how you plan on using that and why it's interesting to you to have it as separate. It would be useful.
Yeah, the one I've heard before that's kind of like that is when someone's in person presenting and they want to show the whole video up on an overhead projector or something. But usually they can just full screen to do that. I assume maybe your use case is different.
Cool. Has the number stabilized? Should we go ahead and run it, Dan?
Not quite, but I think we're good to run it. Let's go for it. Good luck, everyone.
David, congrats. I think you were from Australia at the beginning. Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight. If you could shoot an email to contact@streamyard.com, the team can get your size and send you your brand new, I actually forgot, was the pillow and the duck. The pillow and the duck. All right. Awesome. Congrats again. David, I think we probably have time for maybe one or two more questions. Let's see what else we had here. Mel says, I want to do this giveaway, but not sure if I have a co-host using guest destination. If I have a co-host using the guest destination, if their chat comments can be in the giveaway. You want to take that one?
Yes, I think they can. I was just trying to remember. I think they can be in the giveaway.
All right.
If you'd like to set a setting to filter those out, let me know. I do think it will show you. I might need to confirm this, but I think it will show you if the comment is on the guest channel. But yes, I believe they can be in there.
All right, cool. And with that, this was episode 237 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall. Thank you, Eddie, for hanging out with us, and thank you all for tuning in tonight. It's always a pleasure getting the chance to spend time with you and get your feedback. We'll see you next week at the same time, Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific.
Perfect. See you next week, everyone.
Bye.